morning, y'all. So I wanted to see how this red folder news was going to affect the market. I think this 9:45 red folder news should give us a little volatility, right? It's playing out so far. So far, so good, right? Price didn't quite make it back up to that equilibrium level, but we dug up into the fair value gap and we're showing a strong reaction. In Euro USD, same thing. So we opened up on Sunday, immediately traded down to the PD array and broke structure to the upside, came back down, and just been going up ever since. Last night looks like a little Judas swing to the downside to clear out Asian's low. You got a little liquidity pool right there, relative equal lows. Price traded down just to get that. We got this little expansion up, taking out this short-term intermediate swing high. As soon as that happened, we went into a consolidation, displacement, retest, pullback. We're now, in my opinion, getting primed up for another expansion. All right, look right here on the weekly. We got this huge displacement. And since we opened up on Sunday, we opened up, we joined down, took out previous week's low, dug down into this fair value gap, and now we're showing a strong reaction out of it. My whole deal with this is this low right here is suspect. Now this is very clean. I really like the way it's reacting, but I still think there's a possibility that we could trade lower and dig down into that discount PD array before trading higher, like an inducement. And if you look right here on the weekly, we got a whole bunch of buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency left in this weekly candle. But in the meantime, I think it's plausible to see if we can't get an expansion to the upside. I am going to wait it out until this 9:45 news hits. All right, these two lines right here, look, check this out. This fair value gap right here that was responsible for taking out these relative equal highs and digging up into that daily fair value gap. You drop down to a 1 hour. Look what happened during London. We jammed up, dug straight into that level and then dumped. GJ played out perfectly. That was very clean. I mean, I can't say very clean because obviously it wasn't very clean, but we stayed inside of that level for 10 hours, man. And that was a real nail biter right there. Right after midnight, right at London Open, we jammed down one more final time. And it looks like we hit consequent encroachment of that fair value gap. So we got previous days high right here. And then this is that daily fair value gap. I was targeting these levels. I wanted to get that consequent encroachment level. I wanted to see that hit. This level right here, we traded down, we displaced to the downside, we took out this short-term low, we returned back up into it, and then expanded down into this fair value gap. And now I'm basically I was looking for price to get back up above this high. So I feel like that consequent encroachment area was a valid take profit. And hopefully we get one more final run up. But being that we are in this level right now, I think it's a possibility that we can react from here and trade lower. The main thing is, though, we got that low hanging fruit, which is previous day's high. And previous day's high from the POI was a nice 52 pips. I was aiming for that consequent encroachment. It literally tried to get it 3 times and it fell short. And now we just went into a period of consolidation. I really ain't sure what it's trying to do. Looks like a possible shorting opportunity here. I don't think I'm going to fool with anything until that red folder news hits. We got these PMI numbers coming out. And if you look right here, the previous numbers were 47.8. They are predicting it to be better. They are predicting it to be 48. So that means basically the sentiment on the DXY is positive. So they're looking for higher prices on the dollar. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think that the numbers are going to come out negative, and I think this target should be hit. This is that low hanging fruit. We got another area of sell side liquidity here, and then we just got a whole trend line of liquidity going on. Looking at it from the weekly perspective, we got this little volume imbalance right here. It's a balanced price range. We opened up on Sunday, jammed up, traded up into it, and we've been breaking down. I don't see any reason why we can't get back down below this low before the week's out. We just closed below that market opening price. I really feel like that's significant in our bias. So we got that market open right there. We jam down here, pop right back up into that level, 50% of that order block, and then jam down again. It's like a little balanced price range right there. Maybe we can get price to come down into there. I just missed my little level right there on Euro USD. Fuck, that sucks. Damn. Oh well. Try to get a little pullback. I really didn't want to trade into that news hit, but I told myself if price got down to this level, I would pull the trigger. I missed it. So right here in New York open, look, we got this period of consolidation, and then we got this purge of set aside liquidity from the consolidation here. Huge run up, pull back. Then we got another little expansion, took out this high. I don't know, man. I think we got a little opportunity to see some higher prices. That's if it don't take off without us. I'm about to play. I just placed a small little position right here. See if I can't make something shake real quick. I'm not gonna risk a lot on this trade just because the news is in 5 minutes. I feel like this is not gonna be a continuance from London. I feel like this is a New York session reversal. The fact that we jammed down and took out Asian sessions low, I feel like that's what we was reaching for during London. Yeah, I placed a long on Euro USD. Like this is what I'm looking at. I was hoping it was gonna react from here. We're right back down into that 5-minute fair value gap now. But yeah, I'm looking at this little dealing range. All right, news event coming up in 1 more minute, y'all. I just placed another small position inside of this fair value gap. I couldn't resist it. It's the level I wanted a while ago. So being they hit it again, I placed another couple lots on right there.
Yahtzee! Ah!
Sheesh. Let's get it. All right then. Looks nice. Now let's just see if we can ride this donkey.
Saddle up.
What are we looking for? Let's see. We're above that market opening price. Previous week's low and previous week's high over here. I mean, I know it's not too far-fetched, really. I feel like that could definitely get hit today. I would definitely take parcels up above London's high though, just because pay yourself. And that is the net draw on liquidity. Trying to trade in sync with the higher time frame, right? Close a small parcel when London's high gets taken. But overall, we're trying to get back up above this high. And we trying to clear out all this. We trying to clear out all that. I don't know if they're gonna give us an inducement play where we make this low, come back up, jam down, take out that low, dig down into here maybe. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Maybe in the future next week or something. But this week, Yeah, we're good. Close partials. You're in it. We didn't even get the jam up back into that balanced price range, huh? It don't look like GJ moved the muscle. Yeah, it didn't really affect GJ. It's still in that consolidation. We displaced here, traded back up into the fair value gap, and then dropped again. I'm gonna go ahead and close partials one more time on GJ, just because I don't like the little short-term bear structure we got going on right here. Maybe it's just wanting to pull back down into this level right here before trading higher. But see, my whole thing was targeting this daily fair value gap, and it dug up in there, came very close to consequent encroachment. So I think it's a strong possibility to see GJ trade lower from here. Let me go ahead and clear up all of that. I really wanted to see price get back up above this high. Check this out. All right, so this was your current dealing range. Price traded down to that kill zone level, fair value gap. I feel like this was just a retest on the higher time frame. I don't think this was us creating bear structure to reverse and trade lower. I think that our goal, our next draw on liquidity on the higher time frame is definitely here. Gold, this motherfucker here, man. Stupid bastard.
Yeah, gold was on some bullshit, bro. That was some bullshit right there.
I know, man. I didn't want to see this low taken, but I mean, I figured after we bottomed out last night, I figured that's what was gonna happen. And I went for a turtle suit entry. I had a buy limit, and by the time I got on the charts this morning, I had got stopped out. So my idea was right. I wasn't comfortable with the risk. You know what I'm saying? Like when you trading a turtle soup setup, like the only logical area for your stop loss would be at the bottom of this buy side imbalance, right?
Right.
And I just was not comfortable with that. So this is essentially what my trade looked like. I was hoping we was gonna wick down, take out that low, and then jam up. I knew we was trading higher for a fact. I knew that was gonna happen. This was the whole bias. If I would have went with my gut and played off of this high, like I usually do, I
Yeah, that's a
usually
good
pay
move.
very close attention to these old highs. Like that's like a breaker, or well, we didn't take out this low, so that's like a mitigation block, or maybe a higher time frame order block. But that was very nice if you could have got in off that level right there, minimum drawdown. But it's not too late. It's definitely not too late. If I would have seen this, maybe we would have been able to pull the trigger, but I didn't see it. So we got that displacement. And if price pulls back to a decent discount level, you could definitely get back in this. And we kind of got like a breaker pattern right here. If you look, we got an obvious stop hunt. So we got a low, a high, a lower low, and then price broke structure. So when it gets back down in here, I would really be interested in going long. Now, it could play off of this high, but I would really pay closer attention to this one because it's more defined. You got, it's not just one long wick. You got a series of up close candles.
Like that.
Yeah, it looks good. So essentially, consequent encroachment of this big ass displacement. So I'm still holding this US 30 position from yesterday. So this is what it looks like right now. I'm gonna try to wait on it to, I don't know, maybe expand up one more time.
It is that high right there that you just labeled.
Oh, let's see.
Okay.
This is the most recent swing high. So you got this big ass fair value you got right here. I definitely feel like that this is like, let me look on the weekly.
Yeah, they're gonna probably take that.
So it's real ugly on the weekly, but when you look on the daily, it's more defined. Like price traded down here, and then we jammed up, clearing out buy side liquidity, and then we got this displacement. So this level here, the fair value gap, obviously, but the series of up close candles here is significant. So from the low to the high, that's significant. You see what happened both times it got into this level. So we hit it once, twice, 3, 4 times before we dump. All right, traded back up, dug into, it looks like the opening price of it to the pip, the opening price, and then dump. So now I'm basically looking for it to take out this high. I'm not saying it's gonna take out that high and then dump like this, because obviously it's gonna trade higher because the dollar is losing value. So maybe get back up above here. The next draw on liquidity on the higher time frame, I believe, is up here. And I definitely think we're going to see that 37K on the Dow Jones. I want another opportunity on, I think this is the opportunity. Previous week's high, logical target. We got that purge of sell side liquidity, that displacement, a retest. Looks legit. Unless price wants to get down into here.
I think you want to go down there because of that previous high over there. Revisited that previous high. Nice little 5-minute order block right there. It looked good.
If you took SPS 500, you in the money. And we're going to target previous week's high. We got very nice displacement over here. So we could possibly fill all that in. So I got the daily order block marked up right there. Let's mark up the daily stibby. So take out previous week's high, completely fill in the fair value gap, and phase out once it gets up into that level. So from the position yesterday, beautiful.
Oh,
Very nice. I'm thinking this is just another opportunity to go long. I just placed a small re-entry on Euro USD. See if we can't get a reaction. All right, the re-entry on Euro USD is looking good. I'm hoping that we could keep trading higher. I don't see why not. I really feel like this is our next draw of liquidity up here. And this is a bullish breaker, y'all. It's what we're seeing right here on SPS 500. There's that purge of sell side liquidity. There's your displacement. Price comes back down to the high. You have a low, a high, a lower low, and then a higher high. And when price digs back down into the high prior to the purge of liquidity, that's where you look to go long from. So this was the opportunity. It don't matter which high you was playing off of, you would have been in the money. This last up close candle, I'm already content with the day. Like from this run up, I'm good. The positions that I have right now are small. It's nothing significant. It's nothing I'm willing to risk to dig into my profits that I made today or yesterday. So the GJ trade and the SPS 500 trade, it looks decent. I really feel like we can get another run up, but we are going into that London close time window, and y'all know what happens when New York open gives you a nice expansion. Going into London close, we would typically see a retracement or price just stall out all the way. So just keep that in mind. All right, SPS 500 finally decided to get away from the entry. Now, Euro USD, man, we talk about this all the time. Which fair value gaps do we trade? And the only way you can combat this is with time, is thinking about time and price. Now, we started up here. If we are in a PD array going into Tuesday, Wednesday, then you should already know by then what's going to happen. If we was down here on Tuesday or Wednesday, we would have been looking at the same thing. That's the only way you can combat that is with time. Being that we are inside of a daily fair value gap on a Monday, and then hell, by the time Asian session gets here, we already took out a short-term high. And we look, by New York session Tuesday, you should already be comfortable with going long. And I try to explain it the best way I know how, but going back to the weekly watch list, now I wanted to see price open up on Sunday and immediately trade down. That's what I was talking about. I went short in here and rolled it down to this fair value gap. And after that, I went long somewhere down in here. And I'm still holding this position. And when you look on the daily time frame, don't it all come together? That weekly candle, think about it. We open up, we trade down first. What are we trading down into? PD array, fair value gap, order block, breaker, mitigation. And then we go higher. Look at the weekly candle, bro. We open up, trade down, daily fair value gap, also entry drill on the weekly. And then we're going to expand higher. It's what happens to these weekly candles. Look right here. Open up, we trade down, and then we trade higher. We open up, we trade down first, and then we trade higher. We open up, we trade down first, and then we trade higher. It's the power of three. Open, low, high, close. Hope that, registers, resonates with some of y'all. Look, y'all. Although I do feel like this is our next draw on liquidity, pay attention, because what's the likelihood of Euro USD getting up here today? You feel what I'm saying? So think about what the next draw on liquidity could be as far as the daily range is concerned. It will probably be right here. I'm just taking a wild guess. I don't know for a fact. But I'm just saying, what are we trying to target today? I feel like it was London's high and maybe possibly up here. This daily range is not going to be that big. So you need to take that into consideration when you are in an open position, because you don't want to turn a winning trade into a losing trade. You get what I'm saying? So just be aware. Just be aware of that shit. A very good re-entry. Very smooth. So from the entry to where current price is now is 15 pips. It traded up as much as 19.4. I'm not telling you to close the trade right now. You know what I mean? Pay attention to what price is doing. When it gets back up here, I would definitely close the partial. I already closed the partial. As soon as this huge run up happened, I closed the partial as we was starting to trade back down. Because I'm content. Like, once you get 10, 15, 20 pips, I be content, man. Like, that's just how I done, molded myself into being, is learning how to be content with small price swings. And that shit don't work wonders for me, man. I'm not holding on to trades hoping to get like 1 million pips. I'm just learning how to be content with, those small dealing ranges. For example, from here to here, anywhere up above London's high, that's a solid trade. That's what ICT calls a bread and butter setup. If y'all go on Twitter and watch this man, watch him trade, he is not catching no big price swings, bro. He is literally on the 1 minute time frame, and he's catching moves like from here up to here, if that. sometimes he will literally catch plays like this, like price expands, it pulls back from here to take out this high. And he just understand, he knows how to leverage his money. So he can get a price swing that looks like this and make $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000. He understands the power of leverage. That's what this is for. You know, all the precise entries and exits, they're good and everything, but it don't mean shit if you ain't paying yourself. All right, y'all, I'm about to go feed my dogs, man. Peace out.